yourself. Okay, so let's start with the demo, guys. Just let me know if my screen is visible.
Hello,
Yes.
sir. Data science part, blockchain is data science also part.
No. Blockchain is completely different. Data science is completely different.
Okay.
These are two completely different domains. Okay. Okay, then let's start with the demo, guys. So the overall agenda of demo is unlocking the future with data analysis and data science. So don't worry, we will see what is the difference between the two. Okay, so first let us understand the pain points. Okay, so what are your pain points? Most of you have a pain point of low salary or no job. So either currently you must have a low salary or no job. There may be some exceptions. So why is this, guys? Why, you have a low salary? Why are you not able to target the high salary of 10 lakh, 12 lakh, 15 lakh, 20 lakh? So the first reason is skills gap. Okay, so obviously, the skills which are necessary in industry, we have to acquire that skills, right? So industry relevant skills. So we should have that skills which is required in the current industry trend. And obviously, second is slow career growth. In some domains, the career growth is very slow. Okay, if you are currently at 5 lakh, after 1 year you can get 5 to 10% of hike, right? But if you target the right field, the right job domain, you can expect a fast career growth. Okay, suppose when you first move into data analytics, your salary may be 8 to 10 lakh per annum. Then you move into data science, then you can expect to 15-20 lakh. Okay, so the jump is very huge when you enter into analytics or data science domain. Okay, so how you can achieve this? How you can achieve a high paying job? Okay, so first of all, you need to learn the industry relevant skills, right? So what skills you need to learn, that obviously we will be discussing. So if you want to, achieve that high salary, first is you need to learn the industry relevant skills, the skills which the companies are using in their day-to-day operations. Second is learning skills is not just enough. You should have a roadmap. Okay, because you can find the video lectures in YouTube also, but it is not, they don't provide you the strategic roadmap. So you should have exact roadmap that what is the thing that you need to do in the next 3 months in order to achieve your goals. Okay, so if you do these two things, if you learn the industry relevant skills, if you follow the roadmap strategically, what you can get, you can grab a package anywhere between 10 to 25 lpa. Okay, so whatever we discussed in the beginning, so the package would differ on each one of you, right? Each one of you have different experience, different domain, different fields. So each one of you may get a different package, which we have already discussed. Okay. Now coming to next, what is the best job in 2024? Okay. So the best job in 2024 is of data analyst and data scientist. Okay. So these two are very hot domains. Okay. When we say that AI is in revolution, what is AI? This is also a part of AI. Data science is also a part of AI. Data analysis is also a part of AI. Okay. So we are living in a AI revolution. So in AI, there can be various job roles: data analyst, data scientist, then AI engineer, ML engineer. Okay, so various job roles are there. Okay, so these jobs are the best job in 2024. Okay, now coming to the next part, who exactly are data analyst and data scientist? ये होते क्या है, मतलब data analyst and data scientist करते क्या है? What do they do? What is their role in the industry? So let us understand this first. What does data analyst and data scientist do? Okay, so I'll just open this whiteboard and let us understand with the help of case study. Okay, so we'll understand with the help of case study. So first step, okay, first step is data. Okay, as the name suggests, data analyst and data scientist. So initially we have a data. Okay, so data can be in which form? Can anyone say data can be in which form?
CSV, Excel, and JSON file.
Hmm. Okay, great. CSV. So data can be in any format. Okay, it is a
Yes,
CSV file. One minute.
JSON, Excel.
JSON, Excel, okay. CSV, JSON format, Excel, anything else? Data can be in the form of Excel sheets, Microsoft Excel, right? Any other form of data can you suggest? Then have you heard about databases, MySQL database? Have you heard about
MySQL.
SQL? Correct, right? So it can be in MySQL, Oracle SQL, right? Or else it can be in MongoDB. MongoDB is no SQL database, so it can be in MongoDB. Okay. So data can be in any form. It can be in CSV, Excel sheet, SQL, JSON, MongoDB, anything. So we have a data. So everything related to data science, AI, data analysis starts with the data. This is the first step, that we have data. Okay. Then what is the next step? Once we have the data, what do we need to do?
Clean the data.
Anyone? Correct. Perfect. Perfect. So when we have the data may not be, perfect. Data may have various kinds of errors. Okay. So we need to clean the data. So next step comes data cleaning and transformation. Okay. So we have to clean the data. That is the second step. So what is the various things involved in data cleaning? So let me show you a sample data. Okay. So suppose this is the data. These are the columns. Okay. This data is about products, order ID, product ID. Then we have order date, on which day the order was placed, sales, how many products were purchased. Then we have revenue, what was the revenue generated, what was the price of the product, what was the delivery date. So we have data about the product. So can you notice the uncertainty in the data? Can you notice that there are some blank rows? You can see here, there are some blank rows. Can you see there are some NA values? NA means not available or missing values. So you can see the NA values, the blank rows. Can you also see the duplicate entries? So here you can see these three rows are duplicate. Order ID 3P0219, 3P0219. So these are duplicate entries. So the data may not be cleaned. Okay, this is a pretty unclean data. When we want to start with the analysis, we have to first clean the data. Okay. So the next step is data cleaning. Here we have various steps. Okay. Like we have to remove the blank rows, remove blank rows. Then we have to remove duplicate entries, remove duplicate entries. Then we have to handle null values. We have missing values. Null means missing values. So we have to handle missing values. Then we have some concepts of outliers, handle outliers. So we will not go into much detail about outliers and those stuff. These are advanced concepts. Then handling the data type. Okay. So we have to, assign the columns correct data type. Okay. So here order date. So it should be date. Order date is what? It is a date. So it should be date. Then revenue. Revenue is what? The money that we are earning. So it is a number. So we have to convert that into a number. Then price. Price is also a number, right? Price is what? Money. So we have to assign the number data type to that. So we have to change the data type of the columns. So various steps are involved in data cleaning that we have to learn. Okay. So first is we have a data. So once we have a data, we have to clean the data. Okay. And present the data in a perfect format. Okay. So once we have cleaned the data, then what is the next step? The next step is to analyze the data. Once the data is cleaned and ready, then we have to start with the analysis. What is the meaning of analyzed data? Can anyone answer that?
Inside, create a inside.
Create insights. Okay. Anything else?
Filling the missing
Uh,
value with mean mode.
Correct. So that is done in data cleaning. So that we have done. Handle missing values. Okay. So there we can
To
use various
understand
methods.
the trends.
Correct. So analyze data to understand the trends. Correct. Okay. So handling missing values is done in data cleaning step. Now we are into analysis. So in analysis of the data, we have to get the insights from the data. We have to get meaning from the data. Okay. For example, in this data, I want to know that what is the total sales. Okay. What is the total sales of our company? What is the total revenue generated by our company? Okay. Then we have date. So I want to ask the question that what was the total revenue in 2017? What was the total revenue in 2018? What was the total revenue in 2019? So I want to see the year on year growth. So we are in analyzing the data, we have to ask the questions and identify the patterns, that what is the year on year growth of the company. Okay, what is the total revenue, what is the total loss faced by the company, which products are selling more, are laptops selling more, are mobile selling more, what are the top 5 highest selling products in the company. So we have to ask the questions and get the answers from the data. Ask the question, get the answers, and understand the meaning of the data. Understand that what the data is trying to tell. This will help us increase the business of the company, right? So a third step is analyze the data. Okay. So first step, we have the data in any format. Once we have the data, we will clean the data. Once the data is cleaned, we will analyze the data. Okay. Once we are done with the analysis, once we have, got the meaning of the data, then last step is predictions and forecasting. predictions and forecasting. Can anyone tell what do I mean by predictions and forecasting? Anyone?
Sir, what all things will take place in future which will lead to the
Hmm.
profit of the particular organization?
Correct, correct, perfect. So in analyzing the data, we are analyzing the current data. Okay, whatever data we have, we are analyzing that. But in predictions and forecasting, we have to predict the future. What will happen in the future? Okay, suppose I have data of 2017. Using that, I want to predict that what will happen in 2018. Okay, for example, currently I have data of 2017 till 2023. So I have data of 6 to 7 years. Now using this data, I want to predict that what will happen in 2024. Okay. So suppose here I have some revenue. I have generated revenue in 2017 till 2023. So using that data, I will make some predictions and forecasting that what will be the projected revenue in 2024. Okay, what will be the projected revenue in 2024? So here, this is all about AI, right? What is AI? AI is predicting the future. So this is AI. This is the part of AI. So here, predictions and forecasting using the current data, we are analyzing, we are predicting that what will happen in the future. Okay, so this is all
Future
about
analysis.
predictions and future analysis. Correct. Future analysis.
Here, how
So
accurate the prediction is, that is the biggest question. See, even
biggest
Google
question. Hmm.
weather, see, every day I'm checking the weather. Sometimes the
Correct.
weather report is against like what Google is suggesting, it is completely different. Just so
Correct.
sometimes it is
Obviously.
wrong also.
Correct. Correct. So it may be wrong. Obviously, the accuracy is not perfect. The accuracy may be 70%, 60%, 80%, 90%. Depends on the data. How good is our data? And it also depends that have you done this three steps perfectly? Have you collected the right kind of data? Have you cleaned the data well? Data cleaning is very important. Your accuracy will get affected by data cleaning. Okay. If you have not cleaned the data well, it will lead to bad accuracy. So this step is very important, most important step. Then analyzing the data is also very important. So first three steps will determine your accuracy of predictions and forecasting. Okay. So you have to ensure that you are doing the first three steps correctly. Okay. So your data should be perfect. Data cleaning and transformation should be perfect. Analyzing the data should be perfect. Then you have to leave it up to your machine learning algorithms to do the predictions and forecasting. Okay. Okay. So now we have understand the steps.
Yeah,
These
but
are the
when it comes to prediction, now I want to understand from you, e-commerce company, how they are predicting, like this is the based on the data, how they are predicting the sales revenue, or else like probability this person will purchase this one. How they are predicting
Hmm.
exactly?
Okay, so let us first talk about this. Okay, so in data e-commerce website, suppose Amazon. So Amazon will have sales data, right? We are purchasing from Amazon. So Amazon is storing the data. Amazon may store data in SQL databases or NoSQL databases, in whatever form. They may store the data in data lakes, big data, all that those comes into place. Now they provide the data to data analyst and data scientist. Okay. So collection of data is different. Once the data is collected by Amazon, e-commerce websites, it will transfer to the next step, data cleaning and transformation. Okay. Then the data after data cleaning and transformation, it will move on to analysis. So here Amazon will predict something. Okay, based on the current data, Amazon will predict here. Suppose you are living in Hyderabad. Okay, in Hyderabad, using the data analysis, using tools, we will study about what tools are required. So using tools, they will understand that what is the top five selling products in Hyderabad. Okay, suppose HP laptops are very hot selling in Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, which area the products is selling more? Suppose in Hyderabad there is a IT hub, the area in which IT hub is located. So their HP laptops are selling like a hotcakes. So what will Amazon do now? Using that analysis, using the current data, Amazon will market HP laptops to the people who are living in that region, living near the IT hubs. Okay, so it will give advertisements of HP laptops to all the people who are living near the IT hubs. Okay, so this one thing Amazon will do. Now, next thing. So this the Amazon will do based on the current data analysis and those things. Then comes predictions and forecasting. So now what will Amazon do? Amazon will then transfer the data to the data scientist. So what will data scientists do? Using the algorithms, using AI, what data scientists will do? They will uh, form the cluster. They will form the recommendation system. Okay. So using the customer information, that this is the particular age group of customer, this is the characteristics of customer. Suppose my characteristics, suppose I am suppose for example I am a student studying in an engineering college, for example. So if a student studying in the engineering college will have suppose 21 years of age, his expenses, his pocket money will be 5 to 10,000 or 15,000. So, and his characteristics, what is the person studying? Person is studying computer engineering. So obviously, based on the characteristics of the person, it will create a recommendation that this person is more likely to buy, for example, laptops, chargers, okay, mouse, earphones, whatever a person of that person is able to buy. So these are all the steps and all the teams involved here who will make the predictions, who will do the data analysis and improve the business of e-commerce website. Okay. So this I'm telling in a very brief format. It is not so easy. It is a very complicated thing, which obviously we need to learn. We need to learn the tools in order to do this. Okay.
Yeah, here one more query. Let's say a person is
Hmm.
Amazon data scientists want to predict will a person is going to buy an iPhone or not based on
Correct.
the income. But
Hmm.
how do Amazon data scientists know different people purchasing various products? How do they know the
Hmm.
income of that particular person is this much and other characters feature? Then how can they judge will the person is going to predict or not unless until they give the data?
Okay. So first is based on current data. Current data we have. I suppose you are a computer engineer of 1 years of age doing and you have, so you have two characteristics. You are 21 years, you are doing computer engineering. So
And I
Amazon
don't
already
disclose my
have that.
salary. Yeah, I don't disclose your
Yeah.
salary. But
So current data of current data, not your data. This data I'm talking about other people who are matching your characteristics, matching your persona. Okay, this is first thing which Amazon will use. Second thing, your past purchases. Past purchase. If you have a past purchase, if you don't have a past purchase, this step it will skip. So your past purchase. Suppose in the past you have purchased a shirt worth of 2,000. That means you have some money. You are eligible to make the purchase. You have purchased the shirt worth of 2,000 and you have purchased the earphone. For example, you have purchased the earphone or earpod of worth 1,500. That means that you have some money to spend. So it will match your past purchase plus current data, not your data. The people who are matching your persona. Third thing, your area, what the people who are living nearby purchasing. So these all data Amazon data scientist will use, will input into the machine. This data scientist will not do. They are creating the models, they are creating the algorithms. Your machine learning algorithms would do all these things and suggest something based on your needs. Okay, so it is not so easy. Okay, it is a very complicated steps. For this company pay 30 lakhs 40 lakhs to data scientist. Okay, that's why the data scientists are the highest paying jobs in the country, because it's a very complicated thing. It's not so easy. There are many recommendation system used. Okay, there are many complicated things which are involved in this. So the main thing is data. If the data is perfect, Amazon is able to project it. Next thing is click rate. So you are obviously going to Amazon, you are searching something. So whatever you are searching, whatever you are clicking, whatever is your search, whatever is your click, Amazon is storing that. That data will also be used to that data will also be used to give you suggestions. So all those data will be combined and they will create the target ads, the target products. They will display it to you in the form of ads. So it is not just one thing that comes into place. It is 5 things, 10 things, 20 things. The data is collected from everywhere, and all the things are combined together to show you an ads or a suggestion. Okay. So now let us understand that what are the job roles here. Okay, we have talked about various steps. So these are the main 4 steps. So now what are the job roles associated with each
Ziad,
step?
one thing, maybe right,
Uh,
I think right, Koteshwar, you asked right, how is the data collected? For example, now all of you are here. Okay, you have seen some ad in like Facebook or Instagram on Google. Okay, how do we know exactly you guys are interested in data analysis? What we do is right, we enter the data of all the previous students of us, almost like 500,000 students of us, who has already taken this data analysis course. Okay, which was helpful for them. We entered the data. From that data, that Facebook AI model, Google model has predicted that you may be a most probable customer. We cannot target the whole of India, right? We need to target to people who are interested to data analytics and data science, right? That is how the algorithms are like designed. Just a practical example. Okay.
Correct. That was, a very great example.
Yeah, here
Okay.
a little curious about another query. I am watching a movie in YouTube. YouTube what it does, like you are also watching the same movie. For example, let's A is watching the same movie and B is also watching the same movie. Next to a person C comes, will the YouTube will recommend both of them watch the movie so that we recommend to see like that it will work? Just curious.
Okay. Can you repeat it? I was not able to understand.
No. Let's A is watching the movie in YouTube. For example, any movie.
Mhm.
Let's B also watching the movie in YouTube. Next, a
Mhm.
new person C is coming with a different location. Will for that person C, like what A and B is watched, that also recommended to person C. How that recommendation works for Netflix, Amazon,
No,
and
no.
not YouTube like that.
In this case, A and B does not have any relation with C. These are completely different audiences. They don't have any relation with C. So in case of C, and what does Netflix do? Netflix studies the own thing. So suppose I'm going to Netflix. I am watching a movie of, suppose, comedy genre. Okay, I'm watching comedy movies. Okay, more often. Suppose a comedy movie I watched for suppose 120 minutes, and there was another movie, horror movie. I watched for only 5 minutes. Okay, for example, and I'm clicking banners of comedy movie more. I clicked banners of 3 comedy movies, but I clicked banner of only 1 horror movies. So using my history, using my activity, the Netflix is, what does Netflix? What will Netflix do? It will suggest that, okay, this person is interested more in comedy movies, so let's show him the suggestions of comedy movies. So in this case, A and B does not have any relation with C. Okay, but yeah, obviously, if I am putting my age in Amazon, I don't think we put any sorry, Netflix, I don't think we put any much information. Using age also, it can, suggest something, but here much of characteristics is not used. Okay, like in Amazon, when we are shopping online, shopping is completely different industry. We cannot compare both the things. So here, activities done by me is more involved here rather than activities done by A or B. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to next thing, that what are the job roles involved in this. Okay, so the first part, data, the data collection, data storing is done mostly by data engineers. Okay, so this is the role of data engineers, to collect the data, to maintain the data, to ensure that data is available from various sources. Okay, so first thing, data is done by data engineers. So next step, data cleaning and transformation and analyzing the data. These two steps are done by data analyst. Okay, majorly these two steps are done by data analysts. Okay, so data analyst, when they have the data, they will clean the data, they will transform the data, and they will do the data analysis using various tools. And the last steps, prediction and forecasting. So now comes the roles of data scientist. Okay, so a data scientist will do these two steps also, and data scientist will do predictions and forecasting also. So data science role is, more broader. Data scientist will do data cleaning and transformation. They will also do analyzing the data, and they will also do predictions and forecasting. So data scientist, 1 minute.
But sir, data engineering use big data, Apache, PySpark,
Correct. So those all technologies are also come under data
engineer.
engineering.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
But you can
So
cover
yes, those
data
are.
engineering,
So
big
data
data.
engineering, we are only, yeah. So that is a different course. So you can talk with the management team for big data. That is a completely different course. If you want to club everything, like if you want to also study data engineering, data analyst, data scientist, then you can do that. But I don't suggest doing those. I think you should, focus more on analysis and data science part. But if you are interested in data engineering, you can also go into that big
The
data,
data and data
Apache, Hadoop.
analyst profile not use big data.
No. In data analyst, much of big data is no, not involved. Apache and those things are, not much required in data analyst. That is the role of data engineers.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So as we were discussing, the last step, data scientist, and the most high paying step. Okay. So last step, data scientists. So data scientists are also, so whatever data analysts do, data scientists can also do that. Okay, so all data analysts are data scientists. Plus data scientists also do predictions and forecasting. So this is how the market is divided. First is data engineers, then data analysts, then data scientists. Okay, so this is the sequence of steps that are performed. Okay, now let us understand what are the tools that you need to study. Okay, now you are clear with the job roles. Now what are the tools that you need to study? So first of all, you need to study MySQL. Okay, MySQL is very important. So SQL I have mentioned here. So you have to study for data part. Obviously, MySQL everyone should study. Whether you are data engineers, whether you are analyst, whether you are scientist, everyone has to do MySQL. Okay. So first you have to learn SQL. Okay. Then second thing, data cleaning and data transformation. So how do data cleaning and transformation done? So for this, you have to learn three things. Okay. First is basics of Python. Not complete programming Python. No, not programming kind of Python. Basics of Python. Okay. Then two libraries, Python libraries. Okay. NumPy and Pandas. Okay. So these three things, Python programming language, NumPy and Pandas are the libraries that you need to learn. Okay. Then third, analyzing the data. So if you want to analyze the data, you have to learn two libraries of Python. Okay, these are the two libraries of Python that you need to learn. First is matplotlib and
Seaborn.
second is Seaborn.
Seaborn.
Correct, perfect, perfect. So these two libraries are enough to analyze the data. So these are the Python libraries. And if you want to do the, okay, so one more thing you have to learn here is uh, to cover these two steps, one more thing which you have to learn is Power BI. Okay, because you need to present your analysis to your management team also. So you cannot present this to your management team. So if you want to present it to your management team, to the CEO of the company, then you have to present it in Power BI. So it's a business intelligence tool created by Microsoft company. So this tool also you have to learn. So Power BI you have to learn how to create dashboards, how to connect to various data sources, how to connect SQL with Power BI. So you have to learn all those and create a wonderful dashboard in Power BI.
What is the
And the
difference
last,
between Power BI and Tableau? Tableau is also data visualization.
hmm. So see, both are same tool. Some companies use Power BI, some companies use Tableau. So it's like programming language. Some people use C++, some people use Java, some people use Python, right? So same way, Power
Okay,
BI and
okay.
Tableau.
Big company, more than big company use Power BI.
It's not like that. So companies are divided. Okay, it's not like big companies use Power BI. They can also use Tableau. So Power BI is managed by Microsoft. Tableau is managed by Salesforce. So Power BI is actually more market share. Okay, Power BI has a higher market share than Tableau. That's why we always suggest to go ahead with Power BI. Okay, but Tableau also has decent market share, but not like Power BI, because obviously Power BI is managed by Microsoft, and Microsoft is including more of AI part in Power BI, because you all know that Microsoft is a very big investor of ChatGPT, and Microsoft is investing in AI. So that's why they will not allow Power BI to die. They will,
But
take,
lots of
they will.
company opening is Tableau.
Hmm,
You should know about Tableau and
So
Python.
companies are divided. Companies are divided. So see, only Tableau or Power BI cannot get you job. You have to learn SQL, Python, NumPy, Pandas, Power BI, Matplotlib, Seaborn. You have to learn everything. Only Power BI and only Tableau, you cannot get job in any companies, a high paying job. Okay.
Power BI developer
So
is also posting a job posting.
that is a job posting, but that is not a long term thing that will, if you want to make your career layoff proof, then you need to learn all those things using
Okay.
Power BI. It is not a layoff proof job. You can get a job, okay, but after 6 months, 1 year, it is no guarantee that you can sustain that job. You can earn up to 20 lakhs if you target, after 10 years. After 10 years, for example, you want to earn 40 lakhs, 45 lakhs per annum after 10 years, then obviously only Power BI developer cannot get you there. If you want
Okay.
to,
Like that manual testing.
hmm,
Like that
yeah,
manual testing.
yeah, correct. Manual testing, more of the companies are going into automation testing now.
Yes, yes,
They
yes,
are
yes.
shifting from automation. So like
Yes.
that, yes. So
Yeah,
if you
here
want
one
to,
more query.
hmm,
Yeah. So here, using any data set, using Python and NumPy pandas, we can do the analytical and get
hmm,
insights. And visualization, matplotlib, Cmon. But then why do you want
correct.
to use Power BI? Because there itself we can get the insights using Python and
Hmm,
Cmon libraries. Then how do you want? Why do you
hmm.
want to connect to Power BI again?
See, these steps we do when we want to include the data into machine learning model. Okay, so once we do the basic analysis, we do these things because we want to put our data into predictions and forecasting. So this is the prior steps of prediction and forecasting. But Power BI we do because we want to create dashboards and present it to the management team of our company. So this is more of a presenting the dashboard, presenting live dashboards to the management team, to the sales team, so they can view what is current revenue of the company, how many sales we have done today, how many customer we have lost today. So this is more for a presentation and information
Let's
perspective.
say you did
But
like how
these
many sales happened today,
hmm,
last, who is the topmost customer in particular product, which city is getting
hmm,
more revenue.
hmm,
You do in
hmm.
Python and visualize in Matplotlib. With
But
that
suppose
itself,
I
we
have a
can't. With that itself, we can't present to management. How do you then, if it is the
no.
case, you want to transfer to management? How do that analysis data transfer to Power BI?
So see, these are
Yes.
both different things. You have to understand that. Suppose I am a company, I am a person who have created a dashboard, and I have a salesperson. Okay, a salesperson is doing the calling. He's suppose the salesperson is converting the customers. He's doing the calling. Okay, and now my salesperson wants to see in the mobile. He wants to see in the mobile that what is the total sales for today? What is the total revenue for today? How much? What is my target? How much target I have to complete? So there it should be available in the mobile of the salesperson. In the mobile it can view that today this was the sales, yesterday this was the sales, this is my target, this is the total revenue generated today. So that is so in that case we have to learn Power BI. Okay, converting that dashboard so that it can be showed live into our mobile phones. Okay, so that is one thing for which we use Power BI.
No,
And
no,
you can
here I'm
also,
not clear.
you can also connect Python with Power BI. There is also a feature for that.
Yeah,
So
that is
whatever
what already we are
visualization.
doing
Hmm,
analysis in Python only. And all the
hmm,
insights you have retrieved on that analysis is done by
hmm,
Python. That
hmm.
insights is enough to show like, business owner. Then how, then from that data, why you want to connect to Power BI, or how do we connect? My question is, how do we connect
Uh,
to Power?
so in Power BI has a feature that you can connect with Python. Power BI has that feature, so that we will explore in the live classes. Second thing is, here analyzing the data does not mean the proper high level analysis. Here many types of analysis are involved, which is EDA. Have you heard about EDA, explorative data analysis?
Yes, yes, I heard about.
Okay, so what are the things involved in EDA?
Like, like finding missing bank column, missing value, and
No, no.
remove the
Ah,
duplicate.
okay, so that is data cleaning, removing the duplicate. But yeah, okay. So there are, checking how many missing values are there in certain columns. Then seeing that univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, finding correlations. So analysis is not like, just finding the top five products or top five companies. It is, I have just covered the brief of it. Okay, I am just explaining it like I'm explaining to a beginner. But when I go into detail about univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, multivariate analysis, finding correlations, those things are also involved in analyzing the data, and those steps are the required steps before you do predictions and forecasting. So obviously those steps we have to do in Python, numpys and pandas. Okay, you cannot do that in Power BI. So you have to understand that this EDA part is the prior step for predictions and forecasting. Once you complete the EDA, once you do univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, feature engineering, normalization, scaling, uh, then handling outliers, after all those steps you will select which columns to use feature engineering. After these steps only you can implement the machine learning algorithms. So you have to understand that Power BI is completely different. These things are completely for different purposes. Okay, so obviously I cannot explain to you in 5 to 10 minutes. If you want to understand the real practical with real practical projects, obviously you will have to wait for the live classes, because these steps require at least 15 days, 20 days, 25 days to get hold of it. That okay, this is the exact reason why I use Python, NumPy, pandas. This is the exact reason why we use Power BI. This is the exact scenario where we make the predictions. This is the all, we don't have to make predictions on all data set. It depends on use case to use case and scenario to scenario. So you have to wait for that period when we will learn the actual things in live classes to understand that what are the various types of analysis involved. Analysis is not just like finding the top five products, finding the top five customers, finding the best selling city. So it's not very simple as I am sounding. Okay. Okay. Okay, so these are the basics of tools that you need to study. Okay, now 1 minute. Okay, so now you are clear with the difference between the various job roles and what are the tools required. Now we will move on to the next part. Okay. Okay, so what are the tools that you need to learn? First is data analytics level 1. So level 1 is data analytics. Okay. In data analytics, as we discussed, you have to learn Power BI, then create a project of Power BI. Okay. Once you have learned Power BI, create a real-time industry project related to Power BI with real-time data set. Then second step, SQL. Learn SQL, create a project of SQL. Third step is Python. Okay, basic Python you have to learn. After learning basic Python, you have to go to Pandas, which is a library of Python, which can be used for data cleaning and processing. Then NumPy. Then you have to learn NumPy. Okay, NumPy you have to learn before Panda. So NumPy is also a library of Python, which can be used for calculations. Then Matplotlib and Seaborn. We discussed here, right? Matplotlib and Seaborn is used to create the charts and do various type of analysis, bivariate analysis, univariate analysis, so correlations. So you have to use Matplotlib and Seaborn for that. After that, create a final project. Okay, once you have learned all those things, create a final project. So Power BI project 1, SQL project 2, Python, Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and final project. So this would complete your level 1 of data analytics. Okay, now level 1 is completed, which is data analytics. Now you are ready to go into industry. Okay, now level 2. Once you have completed data analytics and you want to move into a more higher paying job, okay, which is data scientist. Okay, so we understood, right? Whatever data analytics do, data scientists have to do that, but they have to do extra steps, which is predictions and forecasting. Okay, so in predictions and forecasting, we have to learn advanced statistics, then machine learning, and then create another final project. Okay, so in data science level 2, advanced statistics, machine learning, and a final project. Then other tools. What are the other tools that you will study? You will need to. So these are the tools which will be required. First is Jupyter Notebook and Google Colab. So you will be writing your code, right? You will be writing your code. Where you will be writing your code? In Jupyter Notebook or in Google Colab or in Kaggle. So any of the platform you can use to write your codes. Second thing is GitHub. GitHub is very important. So if you are moving into IT industry, you should have a GitHub profile. Okay, so in GitHub profile, you have to upload your projects. Whatever projects you are making, you have to upload it into a GitHub profile. So GitHub is like a social media. Consider it like a social media. You're using Instagram or YouTube, right? Similarly, we have GitHubs where we upload our projects, and that GitHub URL will be added into your resume. In resume, you have to add your GitHub profile so that any HR which is visiting your profile can click your GitHub, view your GitHub profile, and check the projects that you have made. Then we have LinkedIn. LinkedIn also you should have compulsorily. Okay, so in LinkedIn also you will post what are you doing daily. Okay, at least once a week you have to post something, that what are the projects that you are working on, what are the roles that you are interested in. Okay, so you have to post it on LinkedIn, so HRs and people can easily view your LinkedIn profile. So in resume you have to add two links: link of your GitHub profile, and second is link of your LinkedIn profile. So these two things will be added in your resume compulsorily. Okay, if you don't add it, that will be a very big disadvantage for you. So these two also we have to incorporate. Then obviously chat gpt and google bard, all of you must have used chat gpt, google bard, right? So these are the AI tools. So this also we have to learn how to use. Okay, in our day-to-day working in data analyst, data scientist, how we can use chat gpt or google bard. Okay, so these are some extra things that we will incorporate. Okay, now industry growth. Obviously all of you know that analytics is a very high growing market. Okay, currently last year it was 2023. So 2023 the revenue of analytics market was around 80 billion dollars. Okay, and till 2027 it will be 200 billion dollars. So it is rising at a 3x growth. Okay, then jobs growth. So you can see the jobs are also growing rapidly. So here you can see this is the COVID era, the one where I'm pointing the mouse. So after COVID, the jobs have increased at a very high pace. Anyone of you tell that why the jobs after COVID have increased, 2x, 3x time? Anyone? Why after COVID the jobs of data related fields are increasing? No answer. Any guesses?
No,
Okay, so
data is
when
generated more.
sorry,
Like data is generated more.
okay, data is generated more. Why? So why was data generated more? In COVID or after COVID?
No, everyone is like stuck at home and do remote jobs,
Hmm.
and
Perfect.
like
Perfect. So in COVID time, everyone was stuck at home. So all the companies were using Microsoft Teams, Google Meetings, Google Classroom, to conduct day-to-day activities using Slacks or various, team management platforms. Companies were coming into online mode due to work from home. Then people were using Netflix more. People were taking subscription of Netflix, Amazon Prime. Netflix were coming online. So data generated was more. Many people were shopping online, ordering groceries online, right? Startups like Zepto came during the time of COVID, right? So all the people were, adopting online things so that they don't have to go outside, to buy things or to use platforms. Then many people now have started using, online train booking platform, flight booking platform. So everything now people have started using online mode due to COVID. Okay. So that's why data generated is very more. Data was generated at a huge rate. So that's why when data generated was more, company needed data analyst and data scientist to study the data and improve the business. Okay, this is why the job growth is now very huge. Okay, then hot sectors. So data can be in various forms. Okay, the data which I showed you here is what kind of data? E-commerce data. Okay, this is an e-commerce data related to which products were sell more. Similarly, the data can be finance data, it can be sales data, it can be healthcare data. So you should know how to work with these kind of data. So here you can see media and entertainment. Okay, what is media and entertainment? Data generated by Netflix, Amazon Prime. Travel and transport data. What is travel and transport? Data generated by Redbus. Okay, travel booking, Redbus, Make My Trip, Ease My Trip, IRCTC. So all those travel and transport related data generated by those companies. Okay, so you have to work with data of hot sectors. So hot sectors are finance sector, sales sectors, e-commerce sector, healthcare sectors. So these are the hot sectors that you need to focus on. Then uh, obviously, so if you want to see the jobs, how many jobs are there on LinkedIn? So you can see, at one point there were 6,14,000 jobs, out of which 27,000 were new jobs. Okay, some may be old, some may be new jobs. So 27,000 were new jobs. Then data scientist, 1 lakh jobs were there, out of which 3,254 were new jobs. Okay, so you can see the job market through, you can get an idea through LinkedIn or through Indeed or through Naukri.com, that what is the job market related to analytics and data science. You can see the jobs are ever increasing. The jobs will obviously increase in these domains. Then what is the target salary? This we have already discussed with at the starting at individual level. So individual level, you already know what is your target. Okay, so target may differ from person to person depending on their experience, on their domain, right? So you know your individual target. But the basic target for analysis, which we target, is 10 to 15 lakh per annum. For data scientists, it is 15 to 25 lakh per annum, depending on day to day. So it can be 10 lakh for someone, it can be 15 lakh for any other person. So this is the target that we have to achieve. Okay, then roadmap. Okay, so what is the roadmap? First, you have to focus on learning. Okay, first you have to focus on learning. Second is project and presentation. Okay, so once you have learned the concepts, you have to apply that in a project. Okay, so you have to create a project, real-time project. So that data set we will provide to you, what kind of projects you have to work on. So that is our job, to provide to you the projects and presentation. Just creating project is not enough. You will have to present it, right? You will have to present it to the interviewer, whoever person is taking the interview. He may ask you questions based on the project, right? So you have to present your project also. Then resume building. Once project, presentation, and learning is done, then you have to create your resume. Once you have created your resume, then you have to start applying for the job. Okay, so last part is job applying. Okay, so I'll just show you the tools also. We have discussed the tools, right? Power
You
BI.
can say
So
2 year experience manage before data analytics.
sorry,
So
sorry,
how can possible?
sorry, Sumit, what is your question?
You can share 2 year manage last 2 year in working in a data analytic field.
Hmm.
How can possible?
So you are into IT or non-IT?
Non IT.
Okay, so your company is related to IT or non-IT?
Banking insurance.
Okay, banking insurance. So in your case, your company is not an IT company. So you cannot directly say that I'm working into data analytics into my company. So you have to present a fake experience. Okay. So I have Afzal, are you there? Hello, Afzal.
Afzal is not
Mm,
there.
Okay, so Afzal maybe guide you better in this because the institute has some context of creating that documents and presenting it, so they will guide you in that. So don't worry about that. Okay, you can talk with Afzal regarding that. He will guide you on how to create that document. So your company is not IT, so you cannot say that in my company I am working into data analytics. You cannot say that. For other people, it is okay. They are working in Capgemini or any other field because that is an IT company. But in your
Okay.
case, you have to take help of the institute Afzal. They will help you in creating that documents and they have the contact. So don't worry about that. They will do manage that. Okay.
Okay. It
But
is
once
manageable.
yeah, it is manageable. Once talk
Okay.
with Afzal regarding that. Okay. After this session.
Okay.
Okay, great. Okay, so just this is the tool. Some of you may not be aware of Power BI. So this is the Power BI tool. Okay. So this is how the tool looks like. Okay, Power BI. Here you can create visualization. So bar chart, we have pie chart. Okay, you can create various types of visualizations here. Okay, so here there is some data imported. So you can create that visualizations. Okay. So this is the interface of Power BI, which is one of the tool which you will be using. You can import the
But
data here.
most
Hmm.
thing is most important is SQL is most important. Any segment.
Correct. Correct. So in all the interviews, they will ask you SQL. Okay. So
Yes. Yes.
SQL,
Yes.
any interview, even the high paying jobs, the low paying jobs, they will ask you SQL. So obviously that is the most important thing.
But I
Important thing.
didn't have any SQL
Hmm.
knowledge in my engineering. Also, I'm engineering in
Hmm.
electronics and communication, but no
Hmm.
background in IT, SQL, and
Hmm. Hmm. No
but
issues.
know
SQL is.
about SQL.
Hmm. Okay. So no issue. SQL is a very easy tool. Actually, it is the most easy thing. So don't worry about that. That is manageable. We will cover that also. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the exact roadmap: learning, project presentation, resume building, and application for the job. Okay, and okay, so I'll also show you guys the demo, a little demo about libraries of Python. Okay, so I'll just open Jupyter Notebook. So I'll just show you. I showed you Power BI. That is a tool that you will be learning. I'll also show you Python, NumPy, and Pandas example also. Just a small basic thing. Okay, so this is the Anaconda that I use. Uh, so it provides an environment. So through it, I'll open Jupyter Notebook. So Jupyter Notebook is like a code editor where you can write your codes, perform visualizations, create machine learning algorithms.
PyCharm is
Okay,
also
so
no,
this is the
sir.
Jupyter
Jupyter
Notebook.
Notebook and PyCharm.
PyCharm is like a code editor. You can use PyCharm, VS Code, all the things are there. VS Code is there, PyCharm is there. So you can use. But I generally use Jupyter Notebook because I prefer that.
Learning thing PyCharm is best.
Python mostly I use when we are doing web development or app development for those things, VS Code and PyCharm. But generally for these ML things or analysis things, mostly we use Google Colab, okay, or Jupyter Notebook.
Okay. Okay.
Those are the general code editors. Okay, so I'll create a new Jupyter Notebook, new Python 3 kernel. Okay, so this is how wait for it to load.
So instead of that, can you show any data set which you have done in any existing interested case things available to you?
Okay, I'll just load a sample data set. Don't worry. I'll just load a
Or
sample
else
data
which you
set here
showed the
on.
Excel of that data set which is shown how you done the analysis univariate
So
by anything?
you want to see how to load a data set, right? Practically.
No. Any analysis which you done recently for any case study, industry wise, and it could be banking or e-commerce or real
Okay,
estate.
so generally I don't store my projects in this laptop. This is just laptop for training and project base. The real industry-wise project I use it in a different laptop because this laptop, it generally has 8 GB RAM. So, if you want to work with a real industry-wise project, we need at least 32 GB RAM. So in this laptop, I will not have some real based case study. But yeah, I'll show you what I use for training, generally training. Okay, I have that company laptop which is different. So I'll just show you, which the basic analysis which we can do. So this is just to for teaching purpose for students. I have created this, so we can see and generally big data set you cannot work on laptops. You need high processing GPUs. So I'll just show you HR attrition class. It was done in one of the classes, HR attrition data sets. So, for those who are not aware, don't get confused. Okay, it is just an example which we are showing. So it is related to HR attrition data set. If you are aware about what is attrition, so it is data about people working in a company, which department they are working in, what is their experience, what is their satisfaction level, total years of experience, okay, and attrition. So this is for in one of the classes. This is a live project which we did for HR attrition. This is the basic analysis we did. Okay, distribution. Okay, this is the distribution of monthly income which we saw. Then handling the outliers. Okay, and asking questions. So this is asking question and getting the answers, right? So here we are asking the questions: which age group people are likely to leave the organization? Are the employees with low salary likely to have more attrition due to less pay? So we are asking questions, getting the answers, doing analysis. Okay, univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, so all those things which we do in classes. Okay, so this is one of the
Yeah,
example.
this was I am asking the like your analysis, you got some insight. How do you transfer this insights to Power BI? If any business owner
This
wants.
this insight we don't transfer to Power BI. This insight I do to get start to understand the data. This is for my understanding. Once I understand the data, I perform univariate or bivariate analysis. Where is it? Let me open it. C1 here. Okay, so afterwards I do univariate and bivariate analysis. This also you can import in Power BI, but I generally don't do it. So this is C1. Okay, so here we do correlation metrics, finding the correlation between the various columns. So what is the relation between total bill and tip? What is the relation between tip and size? So finding the correlation. Bivariate analysis, univariate analysis, distributions, handling outliers, box plot. So this is the thing which we generally do before before starting with any machine learning algorithm. So this is the step which we do before starting with any machine learning algorithm. So generally I do this type of analysis in my real time projects, and then I select which columns I want to put into my models. All the columns we don't put in the models. Okay, so we select which columns I want. So there can be lots of columns. Okay, so here see how many columns I have. 34. I will not put 34 columns into my machine learning models. I will select which model is correct, which model is related with attrition. I will find that. That is known as feature engineering. So I will find that which columns out of this 34 are, important to put into my machine learning model to increase the accuracy. Once I select this using various kind of analysis, then can you guys mute yourself? Okay. Okay. Once I do these kind of analysis, then I put my data into a machine learning model and do the predictions and forecasting. Okay. Obviously, you can include this into Power BI. The charts you have, you can add this in Power BI. There is also a feature for that. So that all things you will learn in the class. Okay. So this is just basic understanding how you will use Jupyter Notebook. Here you will use pandas, numpys, and cbonds. Then you will read the data. pd.read CSV is used to read the data into pandas data frame. And you can see the data using df.head. Okay. So these are the basic functions and commands that are used, generally to study the data, to check what the data contains, and then to start with the cleaning and analysis part. Okay. So this is just a brief to show you what the editor look like. Generally, when you are working on a real company, they will provide you the GPUs. Okay, in a real industry world, you cannot run those data in your system. Your system will have 8 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM. That is not enough. So there the companies will provide you the GPUs, which will contain 128 GB RAM, 256 GB RAMs of terabytes of RAM. Okay, they will provide you clouds to run your machine learning model. If you are doing for learning purpose, you have to do for Jupyter. You have to do in Jupyter Notebook and Google Colab. Okay, if the data set is small, you can do on Jupyter Notebook. But if the data set is very huge, okay, so I have this data set of US accidents. Okay, which we do in class. US accidents data set we have. So this data set, okay, US accidents data set I have here. So this data set is of 3 GB. I cannot analyze this data set in my system. Okay, because my system contains only 8 GB RAM. So for this, I have to use Google Colab or any cloud platform which provides me with high GPUs. Okay, so at the learning stage, you have to just use Jupyter Notebook and Google Colab. When you are working in companies, they will at that time you can manage that different tools which the company will provide. But at the learning stage, these are the platforms that you need to use. Okay.
Yeah. Could you show any machine learning model which you have developed for students in
As I
class?
told you, in this system, I don't have much models because this laptop I just purchased for the learning perspective, and this is a live class. And here we haven't reached till machine learning model part. Okay. So this is like this was started 3 months ago. In this laptop, I don't have machine learning models. So I generally don't use this laptop. I just use this laptop for demo purpose of storing the unnecessary files. So machine learning model, I don't think I will have it here. No, that I don't have it here. Okay, this I just imported it. No, I don't have it in this laptop. Sorry, guys. No, no, it's not here. I haven't done that part in this laptop. Okay. Mm, 1 minute, guys. Just 1 minute, guys. Uh, okay, I don't have it in this system. Maybe I can show you, when I join some place when in the new system. Okay. Okay, then I think you are clear with the roadmap. Okay, then after and you are clear with the tools that you will be using. Okay, then the next part is okay. So let us talk more about the classes. So the classes, will be live online class. So currently, how we are interacting. So like that, the classes will be live online class. Okay, and the timings will obviously be flexible because most of you are working somewhere, right? So you might be available in the morning time or at the night time. So you may not be available in the afternoon time, right? So timings will be flexible. Then obviously we will also provide you the recordings, okay? Because suppose due to any reason you missed one or two of your classes, okay? Because you wanted to go into family function or you were busy in some projects, so you missed, one or two classes. So you can also view the recording so that you can catch up. Then fourth thing is limited batch size. Okay. So one batch will maximum contains, 5 to 10 students, not more than that. Okay. So one batch may contain 5 students or 10 students. Okay. Then what are the things that we will be covering? First of all, we have the training thing. Okay. So we will be learning all the tools and technologies that we discussed. Then second thing is real world projects. So I will be, giving you some real world projects based on finance, sales, and those kind of data sets. And we will be creating projects based on that. Okay. Third thing is resume creation. Okay, so after once we have done the training and real world projects, we will guide you on how to create a resume, a short resume, one pager resume, which you can submit it for applying for a job. Fourth thing is LinkedIn profile building and GitHub building. Okay, so you need to, as we discussed, you need to build a LinkedIn profile and GitHub profile. That is very compulsory. So that also we will guide you in how to do that. Fifth thing is job application with the help of AI tools like ChatGPT. So when you are applying for job, it is not like job is coming, you have to apply for 50 jobs per day, right? So it is not like you just have to publish your resume. You just have to submit your resume. You also have to submit a cover letter. Okay. Cover letter is like a personalized letter to the company that, hey, suppose the company name is Amazon. So, hey, HR of Amazon, whatever is the name, I like your work culture. Amazon is a very great organization, and I am interested in the products of Amazon, and I want to go into data analytics related to this. So, whatever is the job description, based on that, you have to prepare a cover letter. So, obviously, if you are applying for 50 companies each day, you cannot create 50 cover letters, right? So, in this case, we will take help of AI tools like ChatGPT and Google Bard. So we will just add a job description in ChatGPT. ChatGPT will create the cover letter for us, which we can directly use it to apply for a company. So this is very important. This will reduce our labor because we need to apply for 50 jobs per day. Then certificate of training obviously will be provided with the certificate of training. So these are all are the things that we will help you in. Okay. So this is some of the students who just got placed in this month. So in the last 5 days, February month, right? So we have these four students. One is Jay. So he was a BCom graduate, and he was working, I think, in sales. He was working in sales. So he had initially a package of 3.6 LPA in sales, and after completing this, so he's doing he's been with us since the last 3 months. So currently he got placed for a package of 12 LPA. Then we have Muskan, who was an MIS executive. She had a package of 4.1 LPA. She is also with us for 3 to 3.5 months, and she just recently got placed with 12.5 LPA. Then we have Akshat, who was a junior developer. He had a CSE background, so he was into web development. He was a junior developer. He was earning only 4 LPA. So he wanted to, move into data analytics. So after learning all the analytics things, he moved into analytics field with 8.6 LPA. Sorry, Akshat moved into data science actually. He was more interested. He was from a computer background, so he was more interested in data science field. So he got a job in as a data scientist, a junior data scientist with 8.6 LPA. Then we have Hemant, who was a mechanical engineer. So he had earlier he had a job of 3.2 LPA in related to mechanical field only. So which is obviously a low paying job. So after completing, he was also interested into data part. So he also came into one of our sessions 4 months back. So after completing, after being with us, he secured a package of 8 LPA. So this is for the last 5 days. Okay. Okay. So this was about it. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask. Yeah. Anyone, any questions? Aditya, Arun, Prasanna, Sumit, Ramesh, any questions from your side? Yes, Sumit.
Sir, you can provide me your LinkedIn and your number.
Okay, so management team will provide you that, okay, through WhatsApp. You can just text them.
Okay.
They will share to you over WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, great. So I think they have also shared with you the course content, right? You have the course contents. Okay, also go through the course contents and what are the topics that we will be covering. They must have shared to you over WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay. Any other doubt, guys?
Uh, in Power BI, you will cover the DAX functions also, DAX calculations.
Yes, we will cover the text also.
But in that, I got that PDF. It was nowhere. It was mentioned DAX about DAX.
Okay, Dex is not mentioned. Don't worry about that. I follow a detailed curriculum. I have my own personal curriculum. That is a short version of that. So Dex will obviously be covered. Dex is a very important facility. Very
Okay,
important thing that will
and
be covered.
it's totally it will take 3 months, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And what about the fee structure?
Fee structure. You can talk with the management team. They will give you a call after this. Okay. So you can
Okay,
talk with
okay.
them regarding that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Okay then. It was great, having you here. Uh, nice seeing you guys. So I'll end the session. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.